Het is tijd om naar het westen af te reizen. Kunnen we dat met fast travels een beetje doen? Denk het wel. Hier gaan we naar deze campfire. Even de CP recoveren. En dan naar het westen.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Is hij nog wat nieuws? Ja, dat is beter dan ik heb. Deze ook. Deze ook. Kost me een hoop geld. Forge weapons. Kan ik niet betalen, kan ik niet betalen. Kan ik wel betalen. Kan ik niet betalen, kan ik niet betalen. Heb ik al. Oké, tijd om te rusten.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend...
En na het rusten kunnen we de aanval inzetten. Op de aanval kunnen we naar het westen op zoek naar de...
so many creatures we don't know
naar die chickie.
Have
Ik
you
ga
been
praten
writing
met
stuff
Kisara.
down? Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Maar niet uit.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all.
You are now closer to
See you
Kisara.
tomorrow.
Kijk, dat was natuurlijk in Scarlet Nexus. Was echt het closer worden met mensen. Daadwerkelijk had het ook invloed op de game. Ik weet niet of dat hier ook het geval is. Nou, we gaan het meemaken. En dan moet ik hier die brug over. Dan gaan we naar het westen. Ik denk dat dat de bedoeling is. Peppers. Daar is nog een mineral. Een minerale. Astral ore. Een paar van die beesten. Dat vind ik allemaal niet zo spannend eigenlijk. We gaan gewoon deze deur door. Vraagteken, vraagteken, vraagteken.
I think Huro senses an owl around here.
Lijkt het op, ja.
I see plenty of ruins around here, too. It must have been a big town bustling with people back in the day.
For Crown Contest participants, places such as these are but vectors for the astral energy they pursue.
Orange gel.
Similar to that windmill, for instance.
Vijanden genoeg. Van die apen, daar kan ik nog heen. Ja, ik wil alles looten. Ik ga eerst die wolf hier aanpakken. Withered Wolf.
Get in, get out.
Dragon Swarm!
Leave the target to me! Denied!
These ones can run rings
You
around
picked the
us.
wrong fight. Here I come. You're finished.
Maar hij is al dood. Ik wou de special doen, toen was hij al dood.
Megasonic thrust.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
It's over. Megasonic thrust. I'm on. Dragon Swarm.
Dragon Swarm, Flame of Fury.
It's over.
I never miss.
Take this. Megasonic thrust. You're finished. Dragon Swarm.
Arch shield! Confiscated!
Here I come. Burn in hell. You're mine. Do it. It's over.
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Not a chance. Thrust. You're finished.
Armor won't save you.
Wind astral energy!
Armor won't save you. Hier.
Don't get careless.
Wat vinden we hier? Een plant.
What's this thing?
Red chamomile. Verder niks. Dan moeten we hier even die 2 apen verslaan. Zo'n grote aap.
Go no further!
Megasonic thrust.
Annihilation!
No further.
Wire Claw.
You're mine. Wind.
Watch it! Flame of fury!
Devastation.
Glacial spear!
You're mine. You're
Lightning
finished.
orb! Freeze lancer! Dance in the wind!
I'm not done.
In here! Oh, it's you!
It's over.
Over here!
Here I come. This one's all mine. You picked the wrong fight. Here I come. It's over. Megasonic thrust.
Aanpakken die apies.
I need to be stronger.
Uiltje ziet een mede-uiltje. Uiltje ziet een mede-uiltje. Oh, daar. Met gekke angel wings. Hallo? Angel wings. Lekker. Misschien kan ik die angel wings equippen op onze chickie. Ik kan hier naar beneden. Oh, er komen in één keer 2 apen op afgerend. Oké.
Right, here goes. Here. You're mine.
Radiant stars in the sky is mine!
It's time.
Let me help!
Can't get out of this.
Hier dood is.
It's over.
Watch this.
Ready to go! Denied! Not on my watch!
Dragon Swarm.
Ready and raring.
You're
I
finished.
can carve through. Watch
Glacial
this.
spear! Pierce evil!
You're mine.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Do it! Astral energy! Full
Ken game.
throttle!
Let's. Die apen proberen stoer te doen tegen mij, dat moeten ze niet doen.
One day I think you'll surpass him.
Nou, eens kijken wat hier in deze put te vinden is. Het is een kistje. Ice cream recipe. Oh, lekker. Lekker. Dan moeten we hierheen. Want hier ben ik geweest, hè. Ja. Hier is ook een trap omlaag. Ook een kistje. Een fish-shaped lure. Ja, dat fishing, dat gaan we toch niet doen, jongens. Dat is voor achievements en collectibles. Zo zit ik niet in elkaar, hè.
Gotta break through. Dragon Swarm. I'm on. Southern Wind. You're mine.
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
You're on. Take it.
Freeze lancer!
It's over.
Stockpile!
I'm on it. Here I come.
Do it!
It's over.
Eén zo'n beestje, dat is geen uitdaging.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Maar
Do you think this is one of the places where the Dark Wings and Almadria fought?
I wouldn't be so sure. This place appears more ravaged by time than combat, even if there are signs of destruction. It would likely have taken place during the Great Conquest of 300 years prior.
And ever since, it's been a breeding ground for Zeugles, I guess.
Een zak. En hier is weer een put. Waar alleen een mineral is deze keer. Scaled crystal. Crafting material. Er zijn nog wat vogels. Achter haar.
Be a breeze. Get in, get out. You're finished. Prepare to be freed. Can't get out of this. Everyone beat.
We've got flyers.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
Far enough.
All yours. Take this. Pierce. It's over.
Let's.
I can feel my power growing.
Is in een zak. Kan ik die pakken hier vandaan? Nee, dan moet ik echt daar op. Zo. Peach gel. Daar zijn nog vogels. Die bewaken niks. Lijkt. Oh ja, daar weer een mineral.
Gotta break through. Severing wing.
Where are you going?
It's over. Eat this.
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
It's over.
Demons descend!
Flashing fang.
My turn.
Flashing fang.
Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
Now get toasty!
Bird strike.
Nice.
Get toasty. Lekker hoor. Wat bewaken deze
No
beesten?
scratches on
Alleen
my
deze
shield or
mineral.
my armor.
Lijkt het op, hè? Ja, hier is verder niks. Dan gaan we hier maar weer door. Daar beneden is een dok en een waterval. Het is een fishing spot.
No
Is dat.
choice. Megasonic hit time.
Confiscated!
Burn
No
it down.
corruption! By the
Come
no
on,
marksman
done.
handles it!
Come and get it.
You're finished.
I'll heal you all!
Win. You're mine.
Law, get toasty!
Bird strike.
Now.
Its armor's too strong. Can't get out of this.
Be my guest. Severing wing.
I can handle it. Denied.
You're mine!
You're mine. It's over.
Die gearmorde beesten die, zijn inderdaad wel vervelend.
It's over. Severing wing. You're mine.
Here I go!
Here I come. Crop here.
Do it! Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
To action.
Yo, Helene, this one's got your name on it.
A comfortable win.
Kijk, dat is een fishing spot. Zo staat hij ook op de map als fishing spot. Maar dat vind ik niet zo spannend. We moeten de brug over. Hier is weer een
What do you say we
campfire.
check back in on the ranch?
Heeft hij nog wat nieuws? Stoming armor. Nee, dat is allemaal slechter dan wat ik heb. Ja. Kan ik nog wat dingen verkopen die ik niet gebruik? Ja. We hebben toch dat galt ook nodig af en toe, hè? Galt. Kan ik allemaal niet betalen. Nee, ik ben een skereman. Moeten we nog rusten? Ja, weet ik niet. Ik ga het toch doen. Gewoon omdat het kan.
I hope we manage to catch Almadria soon.
I hope so too. Before she can.
I'll see you again tomorrow.
Er zit met bij niemand een slaap- of een praatdingetje bij. Dus ik kan wel met mensen praten, maar het levert me niks op dan.
All right, guys. Ready to go?
Let's go. Wat is dit voor pas? Een pas is het. Een mijnschacht. Entrance hidden wharf.
Dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
Wharf. Ja, hidden wharf. Verborgen haven. Werf eigenlijk. Is een boot.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only
Ja.
see Danans.
Er zijn ook mensen.
Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria.
Er zijn hier gewoon mensen. Als in geen vijanden.
What's this thing?
Makreel. Er zijn hier mensen die geen vijanden zijn. Wat is deze? Ik ga aan boord, denk ik. Een hele haven is hier. Een kale man.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Ja.
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
Een enorm schip ook.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail.
Ja, ik ben al all set. Let's go. Let's go. Ready to go, yes. Lekker varen. Oké, vol gas. De boot naar Schiermonnikoog die trekt een stuk langzamer op.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we
muziekje
will.
erbij.
They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do
Don't
whatever.
fall in the ocean.
Just don't fall in the ocean.
Dat is wel een goede tip. Your party disbanded.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat.
Kunnen we met iedereen praten? Ah,
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done.
niet
No matter
weglopen
how
had
much
je
I
kunnen
play
doen.
it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria. But was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here.
Zephyr was de wijze man.
How would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lennigus.
Ah, right.
Zouden we nog naar Lennigus
I
gaan?
almost forgot about
Hun
Lennigus.
planeet.
How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well.
Precies.
I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
En daar zijn we blij mee. Alle allies die we hebben zijn meegenomen. Zij is zeeziek, lijkt het.
You don't look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry.
Lekker hoor.
Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Gaat niet goed met haar. Rinwell?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
Precies, denk ook eens aan andere mensen.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodia's Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea.
Precies.
It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Er ontstaan allemaal stelletjes hier in onze fellowship.
It's up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Tijd zat, we zijn op boot.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know though, maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
Dat is waar.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Daar komt het vrolijke muziekje weer. Dan is Xion is de laatste. Lekker varen.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
De oceaan.
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins.
Elk gebied heeft wat, hè?
And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
Laten we er even een mooie moraal in gooien.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides.
Precies.
A person's race doesn't factor into it.
Kijk, een morele boodschap erin gooien, altijd goed.
I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed.
Ze pakt onze hand.
You know,
Never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've
Komt
always
nou
been
eindelijk dan
alone.
die relatie eruit.
Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
Ja, het is het zeker.
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Gaat goed.
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon.
Precies.
I never could have made it this far on my
It'll all
own.
be over soon.
I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alvin.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Wij zijn vriendjes.
Yeah, we
Wij
are.
zijn 2 vrienden. Ja, wij willen natuurlijk wel meer zijn dan vrienden, maar ja goed, ik weet niet wat
I wonder
zij
how
willen.
much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Nou, laten we met de kapitein gaan praten. Hoe lang gaat het nog duren, kapitein? Ja, we gaan wel even rusten. Overnachtingsmuziekje.
Look who's up. Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
Kijk. Daar is het vijandige schip.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be
Geen lawaai
okay.
maken. Goeie tactiek.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. A ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Wel handig dat hier gewoon een opening is aan de zijkant van het schip. Zodat we naar binnen kunnen.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin.
Daar zit
Hungry
een
already,
draak.
my dear. Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Een draak in de boot. Het is een drakenboot. Hier, we hebben rustig daar een brug neergelegd.
To get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Niemand heeft het door dat wij hier een schip hebben neergelegd en een brug hebben gebouwd. Mobile Fortress Gradia. Ah, er zijn zoogels en soldaten. party is weer compleet.
I want to thank you.
En we hebben nog wat praatjes te doen.
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too?
Zou kunnen.
Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Dat is waar, het is een
Sounds like
lord.
you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah, you're right.
Nog meer lordjes.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said
Ingewikkelde
anything.
spreekwoorden. Nog meer lordjes? Nee. Dan gaan wij hier een checkpoint maken en dan gaan we in de volgende video de boot verkennen. Ik zou zeggen graag tot dan.